joining me again. Today we're going to talk about the price of wealth. The price of wealth. Okay? Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants the flashy lifestyle. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's great to have money and everything that comes with it. But like anything else in life, there's a price that we pay. Okay, so I was out late and I'm driving and it's pouring rain with snow. It's slushy. It's ugly out. And I see this lady walking by herself in the neighborhood. So I pulled over and I asked her if she'd like to have a ride. And she was so happy. She's like, yes, please, thank you so much. She was all perky and everything. So we're driving and she says, I'm about 10-15 minutes away. So she directed me to where she was going. And on the way, we're having conversation, talking about, hair. And she even gave me her hairdresser's, number. And, a little bit of everything. And then there was like a bit of a pause and she was like, I bet you're wondering what a woman in a mink coat and a Michael Kors handbag is doing out in the rain, just walking. I said, actually, I haven't thought about it, honestly. I don't mind just giving you a ride, but I never really thought about that. She goes, I have everything, and at this point we're actually pulling up to her house, which actually was a mansion. It's huge. And she says, I have everything. But, just for tonight, for example, she says, I had to literally run from my home. My husband doesn't let me go anywhere. He took my car keys, he took my phone, and, I can't even go home. I'm just hoping that he'll let me in now, for example, And I waited for her, but before she went in, she gave me her number, and she says, can you call me, And I said, okay, I'll call you. So she goes in. And I'm driving home thinking, you know what? There's a price for everything, okay? When you see people looking a certain way or have certain things, I'm not saying that people didn't get that as a blessing. It is a blessing. But then there are sacrifices that some people make. They sacrifice family time. They sacrifice their marriages. They sacrifice their happiness. The things that come their way comes at a price, and here it is. She has everything she wants and at her disposal. Lives in a great neighborhood, and she's very unhappy, And I felt bad for her. Like, I called her the next day, and she got on the phone, and she was a little bit acting kind of strange. Remember, I don't know this woman, eh? So she was like, yes, it's my friend Nicole. She was talking to somebody else in the background, and I'm like, oh, okay. So this guy comes on the line, and he was very demanding. Who are you? And what's your relation to my wife? And so I explained, we just met, and he was like, well, just hurry up. She doesn't have a lot of time. She has decisions to make, and I need answers now. And wow. So she got back on the phone, and she was all apologetic, and she's like, I'll talk to you soon, okay? And I said, okay. And we hung up. And I must say that I was very concerned about what was happening in the background, because I knew she was in a very volatile situation. It's not much I could have done, though. But I wanted to share this message today because I want you to know that whatever you're seeking after, make sure that, if you're looking for happiness, if you're looking for wealth, if you're looking for all the things that you think would make life easier, just remember that it comes at a price. Those physical things will come and go, okay? What's important is what happens inside, okay? So if you come from a place of gratitude and love, okay, being kind, those are things that will make your life like more fulfilling, okay? When you work on the inside, the riches that come from inside are the ones that will last forever, the ones that will actually transform lives. And to get the physical wealth, that's a bonus, and I hope you get that too. But remember, what is the price of wealth? Okay, make sure whatever you're seeking comes from a good place. I love you. Peek and choose my 5-star lifestyle.